Hi guys, I'm Lita, and it has definitely taken me a little while to feel comfortable in front of this camera. I've been having a very solid case of the who am I to do this, who am I to make a YouTube, who am I to have anything to say that's actually worth listening to. But I really think that'll change this week, and I hope that the story I'm about to tell you will have as much of an impact on you as it did on me. So the other night I was at the gym doing cardio, and I just needed something to pass the time. I didn't want to be staring at the clock excessively, counting down the minutes until I got to be done with cardio. So I thought, okay, what can I really do? And I really love podcasts, so I decided I would just listen to a podcast to pass the time. One of my favorites is Lori Harder's Earn Your Happy. Lori, was a pastime fitness champion. She kind of turned into like a lifestyle coach, and she's just a role model to me and someone I really look up to. So love her podcasts, and I just felt the need to listen to something, anything that would really kind of touch me on a spiritual level. So I was hoping I could find something on her kind of recent podcasts, and lucky for me, I did. So just recently, she did an interview with a woman named Suzanne Adams, who is also kind of like an author. She's a little bit of like Gabby Bernstein, Danielle Laporte, if you are familiar with them. Now, I was not familiar with Suzanne at all, but the title of the podcast was like how to explore and deepen your spiritual story. So the title was enough to get me to commit to listening to that during my cardio. And just listening, Suzanne's energy, God, I could like feel it through the headphones. It was like her aura was very strong, very clear, very bright white, just radiating light, and I could feel it, and I was just so drawn to her, and she just made me kind of, want to hear more. It just really felt like she was speaking directly to me, and it was really incredible. So as she's kind of like talking about her spiritual journey, she didn't really start off as like a spirituality guru, author. That wasn't her original path in life, and she did one day feel called to do that. And she said, if anyone is listening right now, and you're listening to this podcast, and you feel like I'm speaking to you, and you feel called to do the work, to be a light worker, to be a spiritual guide for someone else, let this be your sign. Let this be it. Like, if this is calling on your soul, answer it. This is your sign to do it. And you guys, like I already said, like I felt already like she was speaking directly to me, and the second she said that, I was like, okay, she was talking to me, directly to me, that I needed to hear this message. What were the chances that I was gonna feel the need to listen to something spiritual? Go to that episode, hear that message. Like, what are the chances of that happening? Like, the universe conspired for all of those things to come together at that very moment because I needed to hear that message. And God, I was just hooked onto every word coming out of Suzanne's mouth. Like, that woman was just amazing, like ball of light, and I couldn't even see her. Like, I had no idea what she looked like, but I just could envision her, and I could feel her pureness and how genuine she was about the work that she does and being a light worker. And it was just really incredible, and she was just urging people to share their light and spread their message. Hence the YouTube video. I don't know if I've been touching my hair a lot, but I do that when I get nervous. So Oh God. This was my chance to step out of my comfort zone, do something I've been wanting to do, and I really felt like sharing this was the perfect opportunity to do so. And, it's one of those things where maybe you read a Gabby Bernstein book, Jen Sincero's You Are a Badass. Maybe I just finished Danielle Laporte's The Desire Map. Like, there are plenty of women who already do this work. They're light workers, they're soul seekers, and they're writers, and they go out into the world and they tell you how to manifest the life you want and how to really harness your own energy, your own gifts, your own magic, and how to share that with the world. So, aren't there enough of those women? Aren't there enough of those men? Aren't there enough light workers in the world? Brief answer is really, it's no. And that's just because we are all so unique. We are all so different. And we all have our own individual story. And each person's story will touch someone else differently, which is really incredible when you think about it. Just think about the way that, for instance, I thought Suzanne was speaking directly to me. Had that been anyone else on Lori's podcast giving that message, maybe it wouldn't have touched me. Maybe I wouldn't have felt that so directly that I felt that call on my heart. If it could have been anyone else, maybe it would have affected someone else. Someone else would have heard that message. But because it was Suzanne, I felt it. And we need people that will go out there and share their message and share their story and share their light, because someone out there needs yours. They need to hear your story. They need it to come from you, because you have something, your uniqueness, whether it's they connect with your humor, maybe, you have the same background, you're coming from the same place, maybe you've overcome the same obstacles. Someone out there is waiting to hear that from you, and I just think that is so incredible. And really think about it. It all comes down to kind of like personal preference of how you consume and take in messages, kind of how you consume entertainment. Like, we all have our own favorite celebrities, and it's because you think this person's funny, or you feel like that person and you would be best friends. So when they give, influencer posts on their social media where they use this product, you're going to go out and you're going to buy that product, or you're going to read the book that they're reading, because you trust them and you like them and you relate to them on some level, and you have that connection, and the voice of that person touches you to the point where it draws reaction from you, where you act on it. And then there are certain other people that you don't like, or that just you don't get a reaction from them at all. You're just completely indifferent from them. And if they were to give the same message, if they were to promote the same book or the same product, maybe you wouldn't go out and read the book. Maybe you wouldn't go out and buy that product. There is a magnetism for certain people. There's a connection, and we all feel that, and we all internalize it. And that's how, energy is a currency. You share it, and you give it to someone, and someone pays it back to you, and they pay it back to others. And it's really incredible how that all works, isn't it? So it doesn't matter what you have to say, what your message is. It doesn't matter if it's been said before. I'm here to remind you, because I felt this call on my heart when I listened to that podcast. I needed to tell you that you are important, that the world needs you, the world needs your light, the world needs your magic, and it needs you to stop playing small. And if you're having the same thoughts that I was, like, who am I to say this? Who am I to share this message? Who am I to go out and do these things? you're you. Your story matters. Your voice matters. And like I said, what you have to share, that gift, someone isn't going to receive it because they're waiting. The universe is waiting for you to be the one to give it to them. If you keep it to yourself, you're robbing the world of your gifts, of your magic, of your light. What good is that doing? Keeping it all to yourself. Don't keep that from the rest of us. We need it. We need more people that are going to go out there and spread it and share it with everyone. The world needs more of it. And that's really what I got out of that podcast. And I don't know if you can see it on my face, but I think I'm still kind of feeling the effects of it. So what is my message? My message is one of self-love after years of self-hate. My message is one of self-compassion after years of self-loathing, self-deprecation, talking badly to myself. It's one of self-care after years of, throwing myself into how busy I can be, into the grind, to really avoid my own emotions and my own problems. And my message is one of growth, it's one of light, and it's one of my own magic. And taking a page out of Suzanne's playbook here, I'm going to say that if you're listening to this right now and you've been waiting and you feel like I'm speaking directly to you, then take this as a sign. If you feel the need to share your message and be a light worker and go out there and give your magic to the world, this is your sign to do it. Embrace your gifts. Share them. We all need them. We will all benefit from you going out and putting your magic into this world. Like, we will all benefit from that. And I think that that is just incredible. I'm kind of like getting choked up here, but thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting me. My soul felt a call this week, and I wanted to answer it. And I want to continue to make these videos. They're not all going to be me being a spiritual nutcase and talking about messages and magic and light. I'm sure most of them will have little bits of that, but I really want this to be an extension of my blog. I want this to be another way for us to connect, us to exchange energy, us to exchange light and our magic. And this might be my first video, but it's certainly not going to be my last. So I hope you continue to spread magic with me. If you liked this video, feel free to subscribe because there will be more. Hit the like, leave me a comment, and let me know what you'd like me to talk about next. I have a million different ideas, but since you're on this, journey with me, I'd love to hear your thoughts. I love you all.